Alright, thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Alright, here we got the brisket. It's a big brisket. And basically, I'm gonna cut it up here, open the bag, and then put some my seasoning on, a little rub on it. So, let's get started, shall we? Alright. Hopefully y'all can see that. Maybe not, but I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, let's get this going. Oh man, it's big brisket. Big brisket. That's what I love about cooking outdoors. You can just open this sucker up, let it bleed out and all that good stuff. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna water it down. Oh yeah. Yeah. This brisket's been waiting for me to open it up and cook it. Still got my gloves on, so be sanitary. Whoa. Sucker's heavy. There we go. Take this part, just throw it away. There we go. Whew. It's a little bit lying on the table there, that's alright. That's what gives it flavor. Anyways, so I guess we'll go ahead and put some rub on it. Should open the cap. Probably should open the cap before I did that, but that's alright. Hopefully you're all seeing this. I try to get every part of the brisket, every nook and cranny, and yeah, I'll rub it in. I'll rub it in. It's called rub for a reason, right? I heard don't rub the rub, but you know what? Screw them. Yeah, that's why you got the gloves on, so you can do that. Now, the fire is getting warm, and just letting it warm up so it can basically, I got the grease pan there, and it's full of, you know, all the fat from the chicken and bacon that we've already been cooking, if you've seen my other episode series here. And basically, there we go, so if you can see all that, it's going to give a nice red tone to it. Well, you get the idea. That's my homemade brew. Ingredients you can find online anywhere. You don't have to buy it. Easy to make. Easy to do. So, don't just rub it on there. Get the sides. Yeah, you want to get the sides here. Because every part has a flavor to it. Every part. Every part. Every part has a flavor to it. Little cracks. Go ahead, just spread it on. Probably gonna use all this just to do this. Yeah. And eventually I'll put it in the fire. Let's turn it over one more time. Oh man, look at that. I do put it on the fat side, but the fat side is won't penetrate through anyway, but it gives it a nice flavor when it does. It gives a nice coloring. It's not going to be dark anyway, doesn't matter. Now let's go ahead and put it on the fat side one more time. Make sure it gets on the sides here. It's important to get the tops and bottoms here. Lean it up. Yeah, you can lean it up like that. Make sure it gets the sides on here really good. Oh yeah. See, look at that. It's already starting to look good. Still that bland, look to it of dead flesh. That looks like, red dead flesh. Tasty red dead flesh. Alright, so that's got that going. So basically, now I could, great thing about having gloves is that you can just, voila, not worry about it. Just like that. See how convenient that is? And, excuse me, I'll grab my flashlight, although my flashlight's all gross. But there you go. And that's kind of what it looks like with the rub on it. And yeah, it's kind of messy, but you know what? This is about outdoor cooking. You can basically do this outside, and I'm going to wash this down anyway. And then next thing you know, it's going to be all dried out, and you don't have to do any cleaning. That's the awesome part. So let's go see how the fire's doing. I'll probably have to put some more, most likely put some more wood in here. So it's at 200 degrees, which is good, but I guess it's always nice to just make sure, put some extra fire in there, especially when you're getting this baby started. So there it goes, 200 degrees. I'll let it burn just a little bit. That way I can get the grease pan. I don't know if you see the grease pan right there. You probably see the smoke coming out, but loosen the fat on the grease pan. I'll dump out the grease into my little fireplace, which we had it burning last night, a couple days ago, and it let the ashes soaks up the fat, and then when I start a fire here, it actually the fat starts to really, keeps that fire going. And I don't. If you think about it, it's just a conversion of energy. All energy comes from the sun. So basically, the sun grows like vegetation. Animals tend to, or some organism eats that vegetation, which got its energy from the sun, and then that's how the organism gets its energy. Then eventually gets to the food chain, up to basically on our dinner table, and then we eat that energy, and it's stored as fat. Eventually, what I'm trying to do is just release that energy or transfer it into a different form, and I'm transferring into heat, where ultimately that's where most of our energy is lost. So anyways, instead of throwing it away or whatever, or dumping it into the ground, I just try to use it for something else. So now look at that fire. Yeah, that fire's going good now. It's got the bottom part starting to burn up a little bit. Temperature's starting to rise. Okay, that's good. So, let's throw this away. So what I'll do now is, I left my gloves inside. So get my gloves to kind of handle the pit. It gets hot. I'll go ahead and open it up, and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just. While I'm here, I'm just gonna get some of these. These are really handy because I have to admit I didn't really wash my hands that well. Or actually, I didn't even wash my hands at all. So having these gloves here makes it very sanitary. Yeah, very good. So there it is. I'm just going to let it soak up a little bit. That's a big piece of meat right there. That lasts me about a week, maybe 2 weeks. Usually after I let it cook, I mean, when we get the prime, you know, the best time to eat this is actually right when it comes out of the barbecue pit. It's so soft and juicy and full of flavor. And let's see here. I just want to make sure that you're all able to see this, okay? And that's the best time to eat it. But after that, I usually put it in the refrigerator. I'll cut it into portions, and then I'll put it in the refrigerator. It's easy to store. And then I'll cut a food slicer. It's not a great food slicer, but it is a food slicer. And start, you know, cutting up into thinner pieces. And I'll make a soup, fajitas, or just have it as is barbecue. Put it in my sandwich. I have a homemade barbecue sauce as well. Anyways, let's open this up a little bit. It's getting up to about 300. That's probably where it's going to peter out a little bit. Don't mind having it a little bit higher in the beginning because it's just going to burn out anyway. So, there we go. I'm going to put my gloves on and open this thing up and put my other gloves on and put the food in here. So here we go. Oh yeah. Oh. And remember, this is like 10 hours. 10 hours of cooking at 250, so average, I guess, because you're never really going to get it at, you know, 250 constantly all the time, especially with wood burning. Best you can hope for is just average anyway. It'll go up and it'll go down, it'll go up and it'll go down. Sometimes it'll go way down. I'll fall asleep and it'll be barely at 150 degrees. Then start putting some more wood in there and get it back up to 300, and you know. But overall, you get the same results. It's delicious. So there we go. Fresh set of gloves. I'm going to grab this thing. I'm just going to put it in there. And what I like to do is I like to make sure you all see this here. What I like to do is this is the fatter side of the piece, the bigger side, and this is the smaller side. So I like to put the bigger side in the back of the grill, and this more in the front towards me, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's just grab this sucker and let's go with it. Oh man, it's heavy. It's just as heavy as my little newborn child. I feel like I'm throwing my newborn child back in here. But whoa. Oh yeah, there we go. Just right above the. I want it right. Ooh, it's hot. Basically, want it right above the grease pan because that's where I want it to, you know, drip. But now the grease pan is okay. All that fat's loosey goosey. I'm just gonna go ahead and just dump it right here in the fireplace and let the ashes soak up all that fat. So when I start a fire, it'll burn off. It's not a big deal. Oh, there's a second one in here. It is hot. Let me see if I can just... Yeah, there we go. There we go. This one's got some grease on it too. Go ahead and just dump that right into the fireplace. Like I said, just all you're doing is just transferring energy. You're turning the stored energy into heat. That's all it is. That's all it ever will be, you know. So, okay. Well, actually, with that in mind, next thing I like to do is I should probably would have washed this out because it is greasy. Greasy little thing. That's alright. So I'm gonna just go wash it out, get my hose and rinse it out real quick. All I'm going to do is just mainly using it to for my water. And so here's a little thing here, just water. I'm going to throw away these gloves anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just want to rinse it out so it's not everything I touch turns into rub. Oh, you need just any water, doesn't matter. Oh, there goes my grease pans flying away. My grease pans starting to fly away. Oh, thank God they're just grease pans and they're not anything that special. And I'm just putting water in here just to keep the moisture in the pit. There we go. Just put the moisture in the pit, and that way the brisket doesn't get too dry. That's all it is. Let me dump this out now. Refill it. Sorry if this is too dark, but oh well. That's life. But you're kind of getting the idea of what I'm doing here, I hope. And I guess it doesn't matter which one's which, but as long as they both go in. And okay, oh, just lost some water, but that's all right. All right, phew. There we got some water here. I just want to place it where the fat would drip. That's all I'm doing. Alright. Oh, just lost some water there, but that's alright. Alright. So there you go. There's my setup. And now I just gotta close this, and which I'm gonna take off my gloves now because I don't want to be touching that stuff. Turn off the hose. Hear that water going. Throw this away. Turn off the hose. There we go. Get my other gloves because they're rubber. They're dipped in rubber, so I won't feel the heat as much. Now having that thing open should have cooled it down enough to bring it down to probably like 250 degrees. So and then I'll just throw another piece of wood in there, and that should bring it up back up to the heat, if there was any heat loss, which there probably is. Oh. And basically we're at 150, so don't worry, this is 10 hours of just cooking, so I'm going to let it alone for about 1 to 2 hours here before I put the basting on. And while that's kind of just burning, slowly burning, getting by, whatever, I'm going to go ahead and make the basting sauce, which is, not really that hard to make. So I'll let it go for a while. And again, remember guys, this is a slow burning process. 10 hours. This is going to be all night, so let's see what time it is. I have a stop timer, and there it goes. We're going to start right now. So 10 hours, guys. 10 hours, okay. Matter of fact, what time is it right now? It's 8:30. So by the time we're done, it'll be 7 in the morning. That's how it's going to be. So long time cooking. Anyway, we'll let that go. Now we'll get back to this here. Oh man, look at that mess. Sure is messy, ain't it? Let's take a look at it. Ooh, it is messy. But if you have an outdoor kind of kitchen or kind of setup like I do, this ain't a problem. This is real easy. So the first thing I want to do is put that away, go inside and rinse it off. Touch the meat and everything on it, so just put that right there. Scissors we'll probably have to wash up as well, so let's go ahead and put that right there. Gloves we don't really have to wash, but I'll put that right there. And turn on that water again. Because this time we're gonna be washing that deck. Oh yeah, see that? There we go. Look at that. It's clean. That's the great thing about having this deck is, you have the water running, but it'll just get this area wet, and you don't have to worry about cleaning up. Really, it's already outside. It's already dirty. So that thing's just burning along, smoking. Yeah, smoking. If you have a hacksaw, trying to get your hacksaw wet, it might rust out, but that's alright. A lot of wood. You gotta have a lot of wood. 10 hours of burning is a long time. And last thing I do is, here we go. You get a, excuse me, sir. There we go. I get a lot of these, you use them up, and instead of throwing them away, I kind of put them out here to do things. Kind of don't waste this stuff. So it's kind of smoky here, so I just rinse that up here. There we go, so I can see from inside my house through the window. I can see the temperature, and there it is, back up to 200. Probably get up to 250. Just let it slow burn. Slow burn, that's what it's all about. Slow burn. So, after letting it slow burn, and why don't I go ahead and put on the Christmas lights? I had a whole bunch of Christmas lights, and so I just said, hey, let's set it up. Let's put them around in the backyard and Now look at it. Now look at it. Isn't it just beautiful? I think it is. I think it's just wonderful, especially, oh, inside's not illuminating. Darn it. I was hoping it would. It's alright. At least some of it's, oh, there we go. Oh, anyways, here you go. Now it's illuminated on the inside. There we go. Alright. I don't know what kind of wiring problem there is, but now it's illuminated on the inside here of the playhouse slash shed slash whatever. So I'm going to store my wood in here to keep it dry from the rain, and so got a lot of wood here, so we'll be able to use this if it doesn't rain tonight, but if it does, it doesn't matter. I got my supply here, so that's my point. So that's where this playhouse comes in handy. It's a shed, it's a play thing, maybe even shelter, so made out of pallets. Cool. So it's still cooking, 250. I'll just let it burn. That'll get too cold, but if it does get too cold, I'll start a fire over there. So, alright, now that that's all, this is all washed off. There we go. Don't have to worry about it now. Voila, don't have to worry about it anymore. So we'll go inside. Put these back. This one, yeah, we're gonna put it back. We're not gonna need this for a while. Go ahead and put it back, and probably need to rinse this out a little bit. Rinse all these out. Yeah, you're watching me clean. That's what you're doing. Excellent. Alright guys, I think that's going to conclude this part of it. I'll start the next episode series here soon enough. I'll pull you out, see how things are going. Looks like the fire's still going. Got the lights out. Things are looking really good. Let's see what else. Let's see. So, this is the way to cook actually. I'm inside the house, and you can see this is the window right here. And I specifically put my little pit right there on this side of the window where there's no screen, so I can just look out there and see what's going on. I can see the how hot it is, about 200 degrees. I'll leave it right there. It's slow burning. Just keep on going. So, anyways, this will conclude this portion of the episode. Tune in to the next episode here, where you'll probably just see me use the basting sauce. I don't know if I'll make it. What you can do is just go ahead and make your own. I'll tell you what I put in it and how much, but I'm not going to list it because you'll probably find it wherever you want to find it. So, thanks a lot, and thanks for tuning in. Until next time, bye y'all.